This is the video, the Excel how-to video for project 2. This was a problem in the section 3.2 notes is the one that I'll do, and then I'm going to have you do problem 19. It's on page 170 of the text. You can also find it in the WebAssign if you didn't buy a hard copy of the book. Just go to the 3.2 assignment. So remember, I want the problem stated on your worksheet, and I want you to merge cells and put a border. If you don't know how to do that, you'll have to watch part 1 of the project 1 video. I explained how to do that. Once you get the problem typed in, you'll need to have your define your variables, and you're going to need a space for that. I have what we did in class. If you check your 3.2 notes, this was the problem with the radio station. Our variables were the number of advertising minutes in the morning, afternoon, and evening, and our objective was to maximize the exposure, or the number of people who see their ads. So as soon as you define your variables, you want to do that on your worksheet as well. So I have a column here for variables, and then you don't have to say m equals. You can just say what your variables are. So I just typed in here the number of morning minutes and afternoon, evening, and the number of people who see the ads. You're just going to start out by typing zeros, for those. And I'm just going to go ahead and center these numbers. Okay, so you'll always start out with 0. Excel is going to do all of the work for you. So you have a column for your variables, and then you want a column for constraints. And in this problem, our constraints came from, oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to enter 0 for the number of people who see the ad. It will be 0, but I actually do want to enter a formula, and so this came from reading through the problem. It was 200,000 people saw the morning minutes, so I actually wanted an equation, and so if you want an equation, you start out with equals, and it was 200,000 times the number of people who see the morning minutes, and you want to click on it, plus it was 100,000 times the number of afternoon minutes, plus 600,000 times the number of evening minutes. Now, of course, since I entered 0 for those 3, I'm going to get 0 here, but you want the formula there. Okay, and then our constraints. There were non-negativity constraints, but we don't have to type those here. We can do those later. Our constraints were based on how much they had in their budget, and then they said they couldn't have more than 6 minutes of prime time or 25 minutes total. So these were the inequalities that we got in class. And so I have to type formulas for those again. So after budget, start out with equals, and it was, let's see, $3,000 for a minute of morning. So 3,000 times, click on morning, plus, and then it was 1,000 times afternoon, plus 12,000 times evening, and click on it. And then prime time, I'm just going to type this here. I'm just going to click on that was evening. I don't worry about the less than or equal to 102,000 or less than or equal to 6 or less than or equal to 25 here. Here, I don't worry about that here. I'm going to enter it later. All I want for these are the formulas on the left-hand side. So for total time, it was just m plus a plus e. Again, I'm not worrying about the 25 till later. So all I have to do is m plus a plus e for the total time. It's a formula, so start with equals m plus a plus e. And these are all just, you click on them. Okay, and then now you want to make sure that your solver is installed, and it should be under data. Okay, so if I don't see it, I look on add-ins and I don't see it here either. So if you have version 2007, you go to the Start button, Excel Options, Add-ins, and then just click on Go at the bottom here, and I want the solver. So click these. I should already have those installed. Oops, I didn't really want to do that. Okay. I don't know why my solver is not working. Okay, I just quit Excel and then brought it back up, and now it shows the solver here under the data tab. So it's back there. If you're in 2003, the older version, then if it's not under tools right away, and it might not be right at the top, like it's down here for me, then under tools you should have this add-ins button, and just make sure solver is checked and click OK, and it'll install it. And then I did a print screen of where to find it on a Mac, and the ones on campus, is the ones I looked at already had solver installed. Okay, so again, just back to that. It should, after you had gone through those steps where Excel Options and installed it, then once you click on the Data tab again, it should show up. If it didn't, try what I did. Close the program, bring it back up, and hopefully it will be there.